Hey, ladies and gents, it's Zembak, and we are doing a World of Warplane, or World of Warship replay. And I am playing today with Lee and the Ocean Princess. Incend is in his other Kamikaze. We're kind of doing a douche, squadron here. We got two Kamikazes and a cruiser. And we are, it's been a while. I jumped on Discord the other day, and Lee happened to be there, and Ocean Princess was complaining that we didn't have enough oil, and he needed oil for his battleship slips so he could repair his battleships quicker. So we decided to better jump in here and get some oil for the man. A little warning shot across the bow, and we're off and running. Like I said, with the Kamikazes, with the way they are, with the low detectability and stuff, these things are ridiculously good. And this has got really exciting game, and then it was like, well, it was exciting, and then it wasn't exciting. Yeah, one of those kind of games. So we're moving off here to the 1, 2, 3, 4 line. We're going to push up in here. Lee was moving off to the 8, 9 line over to the other side. Lee's relatively new player. He joined the clan not too long ago. Still working on his ships, working up his ships, and of course Incend is the local World of Warship guru. But we're just gonna call him, our affectionate nickname for him is the Ocean Princess. So we are looking for some targets here. Moving to the north. And that's what I hate about World of Warships replays, is that you got to fill in all this space while you sail around. But what are you gonna do? So off we go. We got some cruisers behind us. Battleships are just leaving spawn. Cruisers onto the far side. We are going to be running into a fair amount of battleships here. New York. Couple cruisers headed our way, and whatnot. This Budyani behind us, yeah, you're gonna watch that a little later in the game, what I'm talking about. Spoiler alert. But anyway, the New York finally must have realized he's been detected, so he turns tail and makes a run for it in the opposite direction. We got a Königsberg and a Pensacola coming in straight at us here. Like I said, with the detectability on this ship at 5.4 and the torpedoes at 7, yeah. So he's running in a nice line here. We're going to run a parallel line to him. Bring up my torpedoes. The Princess has got his in the water. Mine are in the water now. You notice I fired here, of course, before I got within the 7 kilometers, and that's just because he's going to be coming at them. So it leaves me a little bit further out here, and I don't have to worry about getting in too close. Otherwise, I never know what's going to be between him and me, and I might run into another destroyer. So if I can stay out here far enough, better yet. Sadly, he must have put the boost on or something, or he was only running at 3/4 speed, because I totally miss him. Not by a bunch, but enough. So he just turned just enough where I couldn't quite get on him. But I got 2 big fat battleships, actually 3 big fat battleships here, and this one cruiser. The Princess has found his counterpart over here on the far left on the 1, 2 line. So yeah, this should be entertaining. So I got the Königsberg, he's turned away, and I got the New York coming in here. He is laying down the fire on Incend. Incend, I believe, looks like he is smoked up, trying to get out of detection of the baddies. So drop a set of torps on the New York, and I have the Baron coming in on my right here. And with this target French, I mean, this makes you feel like Trump at a porn star convention. I mean, I got it's everywhere. So we got a Baron coming in here, 30-second reload. I'm going to be ready here in 16 seconds, so I'm just going to start slowing down a little bit here, and before I get around the island, 8 seconds, 2 torpedo hits, 4 torpedo hits, oh, devastating strike, 44,000 right off the bat. Waiting a little bit here. We got the other Baron coming in. And of course, I waited just a little too long, and I get the Pensacola coming around the far corner over here. Cruiser, go figure. The Baron by now probably should have been like, you know what? That was a destroyer right there. maybe I should turn, but he's busy. He's too busy to paying attention, and he's gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he took 5 torpedoes. Puts me up to 88,000. 2 devastating strikes within a minute. Yeah. What a start. What a start. What a start. So, they're down 2 battleships right off the bat. Unfortunately, we're getting, like I said, we're getting out here. Me and Ensign are trying to work our way over here to this cap and see what we can do. About this time, we had all actually kind of looked at the map, and we had seen the destroyer off to the far east of us, kind of threatening the cap there. But Lee had turned around and headed back to cap just to make sure that wasn't going to happen. And like I said, we're kind of pushing here toward their cap as fast as we can. We have a Miyoko, a New Mexico, another New Mexico, and a Koenig kind of coming this way. The Budyani, yeah, he took it in the shorts. So the Pensacola, that's looking pretty nice there on the Pensacola. Nice set of 6 torpedoes. And he decides that, because he was just sitting still here behind the island, but he doesn't quite get away from it. So I get 1, 2, 3 hits on him. Puts me up about 110,000, and he's almost dead. Farragut's coming in, and we're looking, I thought, pretty good at this time, but unfortunately, we were each kind of evened up at 4 ships against 4 ships. Pull back around here. We got the destroyer coming in here, and I'm just laying some torpedoes out there, thinking maybe I'll get lucky. I'm just going to keep him lit here and keep out of his range. At some point about this time, Lee had actually ended up dying because he didn't have any help from the other cruiser that was down there, and unfortunately, we have a couple of island hugging destroyers. Now, both me and Ensign are like, well, we got to do something here because we have to get back to the cap. It's starting to get capped. The cruiser that was back there, he had left. He decided he didn't want anything to do with it. Nobody else is turning around. Yeah, this is one of those deals. So, what are we going to do here? The cap is starting, like I said, the objective is being capped. I have things between me and them. We have a Normandy, Oba, and of course a Nicholas. So all I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to try to keep that Nicholas lit for my cruisers. Hopefully the Cleveland, of course, is getting shit kicked in from the other cruisers. Ensign is on his way back with me. And like I said, we're going to see what we can do here. So this kind of put a damper on our push for the other enemy's objective. They've already capped this out half. I spot the Fusion. He's the one with the cap points, sadly. He decides to smoke up, and I'm just going to lay in some torpedoes into that smoke screen. You're seeing me kind of hang back here, one, because I know if I get in here too far, I'm going to get wrecked. And I don't really want that. But I don't have a point. Right now at this point, I don't have a choice. They're already sitting at 3/4 cap, and we are going to lose this game. Even though we are essentially tied, they have a little bit better chance here, of course, of taking out, taking our cap and us losing. So, thankfully, they took out the Nicholas. Leaves me a chance here. I got the Normandy. He's behind the other side of the smoke screen. I'm going to lay a set of torps on there. And I'm almost into the... There he is. Find the Fusion. Stick a shell onto him. Reset the cap. And he runs into my torpedoes. So, I am sitting at 120,000. 3 devastating strikes and a high caliber. He fired his torpedoes too short, and I was able to not get hit. The Ocean Princess, he decides that he's going to run into me. Yeah. So sitting in the smoke here, and I'm just starting to reset the cap as much as I can here. Starting to back up here a little bit. Game's still even. And we're just going to hang out here in the smoke for a little bit. And see if we can knock out this Oba. He lays torps for me. It would work if I didn't have an idea that was coming here. So, start working the cruiser over. HE shells, little by little. Of course, I'm sitting at about 121,000 and 14 torpedo hits. So not a bad game here. Königsberg, he charges in. And, like I said, me and Ensign are sitting here in the smoke. So, we just have a Normandy left. And here we go. Now, let's just slow this down a second here. If I can. Nope. So, I just went from hero... Yes, fellows, this is what's happened. I just saved this game, and you're thinking to yourself, God, Zem's a badass, right? He totally just brought this game back, and he's sitting with a high caliber, he's full health, and is looking good. Now, at this point, I had assumed that just about everybody I'd run into, at least with the battleship-wise, they were not terribly bright. So, this guy really... Well, I was a little surprised by this, and I was assuming the way he was driving that he was going to be like to everybody else. But, surprise, surprise, he was one of them guessing deals. You hear the torpedoes that are coming behind me. Those are Ensigns. So yeah, we were taken aback just a little bit here. So, got the Normandy straight behind me. I got 20 seconds for the reload. All the torpedoes hit. And of course, he hits me right there. So, hero to 0 in one salvo. But that's alright, folks. That's alright. The Ocean Princess is still alive. He decides that Ensign's like, nah, I got this, boys. And he runs in there, sticks a couple torpedoes into the Normandy, and there they are. Finishes off the Normandy. He takes a beating for it. Yeah, this is one of those kind of games. Super tight, super fun. That fancy camouflage is not going to save you, Ensign. Yeah, and he rocks her right there. So we're looking good here. Other than Ensign being in pretty bad shape, we got a pretty good, pretty healthy battleship and a Berton that is essentially full health. One battleship and one cruiser left. So, but we are still behind. We have almost a full health New York. He was the one that we saw early in game, actually the first battleship we saw, and he'd actually turned around and ran the other direction. So he actually has not been much of a threat most of the game. In fact, he hasn't been a threat at all in this game. So while we wait for Ensign to get off the rock and back up to speed here, we're going to see what this New Mexico can do. So, what is the moral of this story? Don't get greedy. That's exactly what it was. I should not have even left the smoke screen. I should have waited, but I got greedy. I was seeing big, huge numbers. You know, there was 35, 40,000 hit points left on that ship, and I was thinking, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. And it didn't work that way. So, don't play like Zem. I mean, literally. But, yeah, so we're going to... I wish this would speed up for me, but it's not going to. We have the New York, and of course, the New Mexico. I'm sorry, we got the New York ahead of us, the New Mexico, and Ensign coming in here. Hopefully, he's got the coal burners on full power. He's heading straight for that New York. He's licking his chops to himself right now. He's thinking to himself, "Ooh, tasty." You know, that's a lot of hit points. Cruiser sitting back over here behind the islands, And the New York doesn't seem to really give a shit. I mean, considering earlier on in the game he had literally turned tail as soon as he got detected. Now, not so much. The battleships around are behind me, or behind Ensign. Ensign's trying to get in here. Now, we're actually in Discord talking about this. We're like, don't get spotted. Don't get spotted. Don't get... Ensign, don't get spotted. Come on now. Don't get spotted. He's moving in there. He's moving in there. Looking good. Drops his first set. Second set. Saves another one. Third set. Don't get spotted, Ensign. Don't get spotted. And he turns away. Thank goodness he didn't get spotted. But with all of our coaching and our talk about being located during the battle, he's going to take another whirl at this. His torpedoes are a little off. You think he might be able to get maybe one? Is he going to squeak her in there? No, nope. The battleship's a little too wily for Ensign's torpedoes. So, just misses, just comes up short. The French cruiser drops his, and we got an incoming from the other cruiser. However, I'm gonna watch this here. I'm gonna see what he can do, and yeah, come on boys, so close. 7,000. He's regenerating right now, and just misses the rear of the ship. That would have been game right there. So Ensign's back at 4.4 kilometers. Don't get spotted, Ensign. Don't get spotted. Don't get spotted. Oh, he got spotted. And he takes it from the New York. And he dies. But however, he does get his torpedo spread off. The New York is kind enough to turn into it and finishes him off. Oh, yes, holy shit, what a lemming fest. It was quite a deal. Lucky they sucked more than we did. Well, not necessarily, sir, because your fabulous last place in XP was excellent. So, the New York's got the Pensacola here. And come on. And he finishes. Good game. Like I said, just a little bit of 0 to 0. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you guys later.